What's up, everybody? Let's talk about the stock market. It just closed, upper left-hand corner, 4:01 Central Standard Time, 5:01 East Coast Time. So in front of us, we got the S&P 500 futures. What happened today? Oh my gosh, it didn't go down like the guy said it would. Everybody chill out, man. I got so many trolls hitting my YouTube channel, it's ridiculous. Let's take a look at what happened today. The market in the morning went down pretty good. Stick around for the end of this video. I'm going to show you whether or not I made any money today. Did I make money? Did I lose money? Stick around for that. And at the very, very end of the video, I'm going to share a stock with you that I've been holding for a while that's been very tasty and very profitable. Okay, let's take a look and see what we got going on here. This is the E-mini S&P 500 futures. These are the most recent contracts, September 21. Now, just to be clear, everybody, I'm not trading the September 21 contracts. I trade the December ones. Okay, but I do look at the September most recent contracts just to see, what the numbers are. So we obviously had a new all-time high today, kind of expected. Okay, talked about that. I kind of expected this week to be kind of an up week, and then as we get to the end of this week or early next week, I think we're going to begin to see the pullback happening. And just for clarity, a lot of people have commented about this. I never said the stock market was going to crash in a week. I said the start of the crash will happen within a week. Okay, if you don't believe me, go back and look at the title of the video 2 days ago. It says stock market crash will start is the key word, within a week. And I expect it to play out for probably maybe even several months, all the way going to December. Okay, somewhere between now and December, I believe the stock market is going to come down substantially. Okay, all right. You see in upper right hand corner there, you see 824. That's the end of a cycle. I won't dive too deep into cycle analysis. I want to try to keep this video short. But that's where we kind of believe the stock market, if it's going to pull back, it'll be kind of in that area, okay? Left of your screen there under Stochastic Momentum Index, you see there's 85 and 82. Now the momentum's actually gone up. You can see if you go to the right in that indicator, the blue and red line on the Stochastic Momentum Index, you'll see that it's trying to cross over. It hasn't done it yet. But the momentum's continue to go up. Remember I said, for those that watched the video yesterday or the day before, I said, look at the Big Daddy forecast. It's pointing down, momentum's going up. We still got that same scenario, right? Still going on. So the higher the momentum, guys, this momentum's pretty high, but it could go a little bit higher. So if I were to guess, I would say the tomorrow, the next day, we're going to still see some all-time highs, probably. Okay? But as I said so many times, guys and gals, I don't trade in what I want the stock market to be. I trade in what's in front of me. Okay, so stick around for the end of the video because I'm going to talk about that. Okay, you can see the Big Daddy forecast there. Number's still pretty high, 434, come down a little bit today. And I threw in the VIX at the very bottom there, guys. We'll talk about the VIX a little bit later on in some other videos, but this is a really important indicator that I use, so I throw it in here. In some of my videos the last couple of days, I just wasn't showing it, but I look at the VIX because if back on 8/12, when I put out that video about the stock market crash, the VIX was down around 15.45. Anytime the VIX gets down around 15, guys, that's significant. That usually is projecting stock market pullback, that something's going to pull back. So that's a good sign. Okay, if you look back a couple days, you can see the VIX was really, really low, right? And very typical, you get a really low VIX, then the next couple days or week, the VIX will kind of rebound a little bit, and then boom, you'll get the pullback. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about the S&P 500. Let's move on to the next. I want you to take just a really quick look at crude oil. Okay, this is a monthly chart in front of you. I'm not going to stay on this very long, but I traded crude oil about 2 weeks ago, made about $500 on a nice little trade, and I'm more than likely going to do another trade pretty soon on crude oil. It just depends which one's going to get my attention. Is it going to be the stock market S&P 500? Is it going to be crude oil? They're both looking very tasty, okay? So I really like what I'm seeing crude oil on the monthly chart. I think somewhere in the near future, I don't know exactly when, I think oil could hit $100 a barrel. Okay, but for right now, it looks like oil's going to pull back, and I want to take advantage of that. The monthly chart looks prime for the price of oil to come down, okay? So look for a future trade possibly happening. Now, for those that don't know, the CME group, which is the Chicago board, they handle almost all the futures products. They just came out, I think, back in June with micro oil futures. I was emailing them for like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, begging them to come out with an E-micro crude. I had talked to TD Ameritrade about it. And I know other people were getting frustrated because a lot of people wanted to trade crude oil. They finally came out with E-micro futures. Absolutely loving it. Okay, so the initial margin on the E-micro crude is very reasonable. Last I checked, it was like $800. So look for a future trade on that. Okay, enough about crude oil. Now, did I make any money today? Had several people ask about trailing stop with limit. So let's just real quick do a series of a couple of pictures here. So this is the first picture where I'm showing me on Sunday night. If you look in the upper left-hand corner there, you'll see August 15th around 7:19 at night, a couple hours after the market opened. Okay. And you see me here, I took a short position, -5 over on the right-hand side. You'll see a -5 there. And I was up like $16 at the time, okay? And you can see that in the middle of the screen, I got a buy going on. Well, what is that? It's a buy to close on. This is me setting up a trailing stop, okay? So this is just the first screen where you click on the right over there where it says buy +5 on the right side of the screen. See where it says 4427? I know I didn't circle it, okay? But basically this is me, if you're short, which is a sell, then you got to buy to close it, right? Makes sense? So this is the first screen that comes up called Order Confirmation Dialog, okay? Okay, let's look at the next screen. So after I clicked that button on the previous screen that you saw, you see, look at the bottom of the screen here. Then you get to pick and choose what are you going to do with the order. I think, if I remember right on that previous, yeah. So on the previous screenshot, if you want, you can pause the video and go back. You can click edit, okay? When you click edit, you're going to get what you see at the bottom of the screen. You get this little position window bottom screen part, okay? And you'll notice right there, it's to the right, it says order, and I changed it to trailing stop with the limit. And then below, I usually just leave it as mark. Okay, you can see that I'm trailing 20 cents. Now, this is not a real. I'm not placing a real order here. I'm just showing you this because I trailed stop about, I think, $2 on the S&P 500. I'm just showing you how to do it, okay? So you put your trail in there. Normally on the S&P 500, I trail about $2, maybe a little more, okay? And then on the limit, you want to put maybe 25 or 50 cents on, at least on the E-micro contracts, okay? And then to the left of that, you'll see it says link. The column header says link. I just leave it as mark, but you want to change that. Above it, you see it says last. Okay, you want to change that. It'll say manual when you first come in, but you want to change it to last. Then you can put like 25 cents in there or 50 cents, okay? So that's a screen you're going to get when you're going to set up a trailing stop. It looks like that. If you're getting nervous, because a lot of you that haven't done this before, it's fine. Just do something really small. Just do one contract or a few shares, okay? You're not going to hurt anything. You're not going to blow up your account on a few shares, right? It's nothing. I mean, there's no commission on trading stock if you're trading stock. If you're trading futures in the E-micro, it's fairly inexpensive, you know. So just do one contract or a few shares and figure out how to do your trailing stops. Don't worry about it. You're not going to blow up your account on a trailing stop if you don't get it right, you know, on one share or 5 shares. I mean, how bad could it be, you know? So anyway, this is how you would set it up, okay? And then on the next screen, you can see that I've already put in +8 trailing stop. If you look to the right there, I'm already up $103 on these 8 contracts. You'll see there that I'm like, you know, my average price is 4440.84, but you can see the trailing stops way down there at 4438, right? And I think I had a $2 trail. Okay, let's look at the next screenshot. This will be the last of the screenshots, or second to the last. Okay. I'm just giving you some as time's going on, right? This is now up $183 for this position. I did this like over and over several times, right? I did like 8 contracts, trail stopped it for a profit, did another 8 contracts, trail stopped it. That's what happened between last night and this morning, okay? And then I did like, I think 5 contracts. Okay, so here's the bottom line. What happened at the end of the day? Well, there you go. There it is, guys. No more positions. All the positions are closed. At this point, the S&P 500 futures on the E-micros for the December contracts were down 23 points. I was up $563 for the day, guys. At that point, I called it a day, it was about 9:30 in the morning, and then slowly at about 10:30, 11 o'clock, whatever, the market started to rebound, which is pretty much what I expected based on some of the data that I was seeing from the previous days. I was kind of surprised that today was actually a down day. I thought it was just going to be straight up day right from the gates. But it pulled down, so I took advantage of the market pulling back, and I made some money on it. So there you go. Okay, for all you doubters out there, okay, how many people on YouTube actually show you everything I just showed you, and how many people show you the positions and show you whether or not they make a profit or a loss, right? I see tons and tons of people doing YouTube videos, and they never show profit and loss, okay? And if they do show, they only show their profits. They never show their losses, okay? When I do get a loss, which it's going to happen because it always happens, I'll put up a video of showing you guys a loss, okay? I won't BS you. I just keep it straight. In Texas, we call it being a straight shooter, okay? But I make way more money than I lose, and that's the whole point, okay? Okay, lastly, I'm going to show you this last position as we wrap this video up because I'm trying to keep it short. This is a stock called ARLP, okay? If you look to the right there, I'm up $10,125 on this stock. You'll see an average price there to the right, $6.20. I picked up most of these shares, I think, back in June when it was down at $6.20. Okay, I got 5,000 shares. Today was up $400, whatever. And it closed today at $8.23. Obviously, the stock market as a whole is going up, so this stock's probably going up with it. If you kind of look in the middle of the screen there, you see I have a circle and it says 10 cents. Maybe you can make that out. That's a dividend. They just paid a dividend just like, I think just last week on Friday. So 10-cent dividend, so you get 10 cents for every share. Okay, so they just started paying dividends again. The second time they paid dividends like in a few months because COVID, they stopped paying dividends. Now they're paying dividends again. So very attractive stock, right? So this stock historically trades around $15 to $25. So you can imagine down around $6, it was a steal. Okay, so I'll keep an eye on this stock. I'm not sure if the market pulls back really hard, it gets into a crash going into the year. Am I going to close it out? I haven't made my decision yet. But I just wanted to share with you guys some of the positions I have, okay, and how you can do really well on longer term positions, right? It isn't always about buying and selling within a swing trade of a few days. Sometimes you hold things for a long time. Okay, this is one of those examples. It pays dividends. I have no intention of selling it. It's doing really well. We'll keep an eye on it, right? Listen, if you haven't subscribed, click that subscribe button, okay? Who else is sharing this kind of information with you? I'm sharing their open profits and losses, right? Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And go ahead and click that little bell so you get notified of all the videos as I put them out. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.